Hello everyone, it is Jacob here, and in this video I will give you a few tips and get you throughout the fight of Supreme Showdown stage 20 in the season 7, the season of Arcana. With that said, let's get into it. Right at the beginning of the fight, when you first enter the Supreme Showdown, just check your skills and make sure that all your auras are running, because for some reason whenever I enter Supreme Showdown for the first time, my last aura just gets disabled, so check that and continue with the video. Throughout the fight, at the beginning you want to focus on the duck to get rid of it as fast as possible. In the beginning, I will give back to it. The dog will do the lasers from the roof, these ones, and right after that he starts charging the beam. If you stay in the beam and he hits you with that, you will die. That's a kill mechanic there. So you just want to swap to the other boss, because the dog will get 0 damage anyway while casting the beam. When you see these black bubbles that make this spiral, this one, in the center of the spiral there will spawn a circle of rocks, which then start flying in 4 directions towards all 4 of the walls. So you just want to position yourself diagonally to the circle so you don't get hit by it. Any rocks you see on the ground, try to avoid them, because that's another thing that can actually kill you in this encounter. Throughout the fight you want to pick up the yellow balls. When you get to the laser face, which is this one, you just want to position yourself either on this side or on the other side on top, because as you can see here, the lasers come from the top of the screen right here, and those make pattern on all 4 corners. And the first 2 corners that explode and fly the rocks towards the boss are the ones on the right side. So you want to position yourself on the right side of the arena behind the rocks, so you don't get killed, so you don't get hit by those. So that's what I'm doing here, positioning myself behind the rocks, and the rocks then fly towards the boss and make a circle around it. When all the rocks get to the boss and make the circle, the next thing they do is they shoot outwards, and you can check it here. And you just want to either get to a position where there's a hole in between the rocks so you don't get hit by them, or you want to jump over them towards the boss. Just make sure that you do not get hit by those lasers unnecessarily. After the laser phase, or for me with my damage, after the laser phase, one big yellow globe will spawn. That globe will give you 10 stacks of the yellow globes, but you want to keep it there. It will stay there for the entirety of the fight until you pick it up. Try to not pick it up, just keep it there towards the end of the fight where it gets messy and you will not have enough time to pick up. When you don't have enough time, when you know that you don't have enough time to pick up the yellow globes, pick it up, but unless it is really necessary, I would keep it there until the end of the fight, because that will make it way easier, and you will see it in this video as well. And as you can see on the left side here, when I pause that, the dog will be jumping to the corners throughout the fight, and it will be shooting projectiles towards the enter of the arena. The lower his HP, the more projectiles it shoots. If you get hit by those projectiles, If you have enough defenses, you can survive it, but for most people those will be one shot, so try to avoid them. It's really easy, just keep an eye on the dog. When it jumps to the corner, you just go to the other side and avoid the projectiles coming from it. Now the dog is dead, and I can focus on the boss. These lasers from the roof will form a triangle and like shoot rocks towards the edges of the arena. You just want to stay far enough to have enough room to react on where the rocks are flying, so you can avoid them easily, and you just focus on damaging the boss. As you can see here, I have to pick up 11 globes, still trying to pick up the small globes and keeping the big one there until later. If you pick up more globes than you need, like you can pick up to 7 more globes, you will deal more damage, but you will also get slowed. As you can see here, I move really slowly. At this point, boss jumps on the top right of the arena and will deal this AoE. You want to hide inside the shield and wait until the AoE ends. The AoE damage ends, I will try to pause it here. The AoE damage ends after the first explosion, which is right now. After this explosion, you can get out of it and you can start picking up your globes. Sometimes if you have like a little bit lower damage or a little bit higher, you might get like desynced from the globe phases, and you will not have enough time to actually pick up 12 globes here, and that's the time where you want to pick up the big one. But I still have like 14 seconds, which should be enough for me to pick up 12, so I'm going to pick them up with the small ones. And like, you just want to get enough defenses to actually survive the on-ground effects here. So enough erosion resistance, enough elemental resistances, and some physical damage resistance. At this phase, the boss shoots like projectiles from his hands. Let's see if I can find it here. That one, if that one hits you, it will kill you. So you want to avoid these. And he will shoot like 3 or 4 if you, yeah, 1, 2, 3. You want to avoid those basically. And then the entire arena on the edges, on the bottom and top edge, these like projectiles will spawn, and you want to get to the edge of the arena. I'm going to the top left because it seems that there's more space, but you can go to the like bottom as well. You just don't want to get hit by them. Once they pass through, you can just go to the boss and finish it, and you will see it here. After they pass, you can go into the AoE. That if you have like around 55% erosion resistance, it shouldn't be a big deal for you to sustain the damage over time it gives. And here, like, the boss just does his thing. You just hide inside the shield again. As you can see, I'm inside the shield and the time is ticking. And with 9 seconds left, I would not risk it at this point to try to manually pick up the small globes, so I will just jump into the big one and deal with the boss like this. And that's pretty much the entire fight. I have a few tricks as well. Let me hop really quickly into the game. Okay, now we are in the game. A few tips on possible gear swaps. If you get really low on energy shield and you feel like you still have a chance to actually finish the boss, you can quickly swap for your armor to Twilight Vestment, and the second you swap it, you pretty much start regenerating your energy shield really quickly, especially if you get one with high roll on energy shield charge speed here. So just make sure that your Twilight Vestment has enough energy to cover your energy requirements for your skills. swap it on. Once your shield is regenerated, swap it back off. Yeah, that's one possible swap. And then at the end of the battle, this is like another possible swap. When the boss is below 15% HP, you can actually finish it with one hit just by swapping this amulet on with this corruption. Uncorrupted one is 10%, corrupted one is 15%, so those are going for around 200 FEs right now. So yeah, for the inventory, when you open the inventory during the fight, you want the game to pause just to give you enough time to actually swap, and you can set it up like here. Screen settings, open style 2 inventory if you have style 2 inventory, and you want to set it up to pause game. When you open the inventory, the game will pause, you will swap your gear, you close the inventory, game unpauses, you start regenerating, or you finish the boss. Then you open your inventory again, game pauses, you swap your things again, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it for this fight. I hope you find this helpful. The showcase of this character will be in my next video, so stay tuned for that. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!